Woo! All right, guys. I know you haven't heard from me in a while, so let me explain. My great news video that I was going to post last Saturday, I already made. I intended on posting it last Saturday, but then circumstances changed, and the reason is because there are certain people. Look at him being lazy. There are certain people I had to talk to in person to tell about this for certain reasons. You'll understand once you see the next clip. And I couldn't do all that until this week, so I didn't post any videos. I didn't want to put it up there and have people find out what's going on via social media, because I don't operate like that. I'd rather have them hear it from me if it concerns them in person. And for different circumstances and reasons, I had to wait until yesterday, which was Friday, in order to complete that. But anyway, the next clip will tell you what the good news is, and I thank you for being patient and waiting. See ya. Alright guys, it is now Thursday afternoon, early afternoon, getting out for a walk before it rains. I think I got the rain schedule down to certain times, which is always a good thing. I'm not uploading this until, well, when you see it, which should be Saturday. But I'm going to tell you my good news and record it now. So when Saturday comes around, I'll just be able to upload it. My friend Joe, and he plays an integral part of this tale that I'm about to tell you. He contacted me via Facebook. He mentioned that there is the owner of a school in Phnom Penh that is starting a branch in Siem Reap next month in September. And this guy had asked him if he knows anybody in Siem Reap that might be interested in a teaching job. And he thought of me. He contacted me via Facebook Messenger and said, here's the deal. I'll give you the guy's Facebook information, and then you can contact him from Facebook, and you guys can work it out if you're interested. I said, yes, of course I'm interested. So he sent me the guy's information. Now here's what happened. I went to the guy's Facebook page and I recognized him. I couldn't quite, at first I didn't quite place him from where, but I knew I had met this guy before. I didn't know maybe if it was like at a restaurant or out walking around, because I do talk to people sometimes. But then he said he was based in Phnom Penh, so I don't think that would be it. But I recognized the guy, is the whole point. And I got an email address. I sent him an email with my CV and cover letter and all that good stuff. The next day, Joe messaged me again and said, hey, this guy contacted me again and wants to know if I can give him your information, because he wants to talk to you about the job. And I said, well, I did email him, but yeah, go ahead and give him my Facebook page and everything. That has all my information, and then he can contact me. I can give him my phone number, etc. Come to find out, as soon as the guy called me, and he called me yesterday in this case would have been Wednesday, then I immediately knew who he was. He said he recognized me right away. About 2 months ago, I made a video about this guy. We were supposed to have a meeting at a certain time. The meeting didn't take place, but he called me that night, and we had the meeting the next day. If you remember that video, I had said at the time he was looking at different buildings that he could bring a school. I had all the faith and confidence in him that he was going to do this one way or the other. But I had almost forgotten about it, simply because I don't know how long these things take. Maybe he didn't find a building. Maybe financially he wasn't able to do everything he wanted to right now. I didn't know. But it was the same guy. And Joe just happened to know both of us and hooked us up together. And by the way, Joe is the owner of the YouTube channel Halfway Round the World. So I will put a link in the description below, and you should definitely check out and subscribe to his channel if you're interested in happenings in Cambodia and Phnom Penh in general. Or specifically, I should say. Because he lives and works in Phnom Penh. And he has a lot of contacts with people who know a lot of things that I might not. He's a really good resource. You should definitely check out his channel, subscribe, because as I said, he's the integral part of the story. But this is the same guy I had the meeting with, and he said, yes, as soon as I'm ready, we'll get together and we'll talk and hook up. Well, we talked on the phone for almost 40 minutes. I think it was like 38 minutes or something, according to my phone log. The first thing he asked was, do you remember me? And I said, oh yes, you came and picked me up on a motorbike, and I was not prepared because I didn't have a helmet. That's always the first thing that pops into my mind, the fact that I could have died. Me and motos without a helmet do not get along. But yeah, we talked about that day. I definitely remember the building or a couple of the buildings we had looked at and what his plans were. And we talked and we came to an agreement. We're going to talk face to face further, not this weekend, but next weekend. And finalize all the financial details of this. But still, I said it back then, and it still holds true today. He's a very fair man. He's very nice. He has a clear vision for what he wants and how he wants to do it. He already has 2 more teachers on board. One is an American, one is from the UK. He's already had a building that he's been renovating and should be ready by the time the school opens, which will be September 3rd. So I have accepted the full-time job at that school, Camland Language School of Siem Reap, which is an extension of his Camland School in Phnom Penh. So I went ahead and said yes. I do have I will not be teaching full-time, however. What I will be doing mainly is administrative work. I will be doing placement tests, doing assessments, doing testing, meeting with parents, sharing the vision of the school with them, showing them around campus, telling them what our school can offer their children, things like that. I'll be dealing with staffing things, issues between, students, teachers, that kind of thing, administrative duties for the most part. That is going to be all day, and I will get paid a salary for that every month. So Cambodia, as you know, has a lot of holidays. So even if I don't work 1 or 2 days on a 3 or 4 day weekend that they have here, I'll still get paid for that time, for those particular duties. In addition, I'll also have a few hours each week where I will actually be teaching and be getting a separate hourly rate for all my teaching hours, which is great. More money for me, and I like to teach, so that's going to work out great. This is really good news because this will be my first official full-time job at a school since I arrived in Cambodia. And the reason I had to wait until you see this today, which should be Saturday, is simply because I had to, of course, talk to the school that I'm already working at part-time and tell them I have to quit, that I can't do both, because some of the hours I'll be teaching for Camland are going to be on Saturday for a couple hours and Sunday for a couple hours. And of course full-time during the week, Monday through Friday, for the other duties and filling in as a teacher when needed. So I can't keep the other job, unfortunately. Youth International was a great school. It was a great jumping off point for me. I'm glad they had faith in me. I liked the school, liked all the teachers, the director, the vice director. I mean, they were all great people, really nice. The students have been fantastic. I love the way they started to open up to me and actually getting involved with the classes. And that's going to be the hardest part, I think, is having to say, hey, I'm leaving in a couple weeks. And but not to worry, you'll be getting a new teacher hopefully before I leave. Like I said, I'm filming this on Thursday, so I'm not going to talk to them until tomorrow. But of course I will help them if they need help finding a replacement for me till the end of, or at the end of August. So I'll be making a full-time salary, I'll be making an hourly wage teaching, and I'll be working at a school that is recognized, has a very good reputation in Phnom Penh, and that should continue into Siem Reap. I lost track of what I was going to say. Oh, but yeah, he sent me, after we talked, he said he would be here next weekend, most likely, and when he gets into town, he will call, we can meet, and we'll discuss how much the salary will be, my hourly rate for teaching, all that good stuff. But like I said, he's fair, I trust him. And I like the fact that it's full-time. That really, of course, appeals to me. I've been looking for that for a while. The other school didn't know that. I told them, you know, until I get a full-time job, whether it's here or somewhere else, I am looking. Because, of course, you need to make money to live. But he sent me pictures of the school and the work that's being done, the renovation inside, and then he sent me the location, so we took a quick walk over there. It's only about it's less than a 15-minute walk from my apartment, which is great. The location is great. Less further to walk than I do now, which is always a bonus. And while I was there, a nice young man who I don't know if he was in charge of the construction or if he was going to be part of the Khmer staff there, but he spoke really good English, and he asked me if I wanted a tour. I was just going to look at the outside and take some pictures. He said, would you like to see inside, take a tour, what we're doing? And I said, of course. And it was great. Everything's looking nice and fresh and new, fresh coats of paint, desks all the way around, a big huge area in the back that they're going to make safe for children, because this school will be for younger children as well, that they're going to use as a playroom. They were doing a lot of construction. They got a lot of really nice signage already up in place. And I was excited to go through there. It has that new feeling and freshness to it, you know. And all the rooms had a desk, which is a plus for the teachers. That'll be a big bonus. Like I said, right now he's already got another American teacher and another teacher from the UK. So that's all in place, and they expect to have, I believe he said, around 30 students to start. I will start September 3rd. That will be my first official day. So I'm very excited about all the new opportunities, and of course a chance to have a full-time real job. Not that the other one wasn't a real job. I do believe that youth school is going to do very well for themselves. They have good organization. They have leadership that cares about the education of the children, not just about the money. And I'm sure they will be successful in the future. So to reiterate, I have nothing. It's not about comparing schools or one is better than the other, but one is better than the other for me simply because there will be more money involved. It will be full-time. It's closer to home, and it's something that I can definitely do long-term, and without having to worry from week to week if I, what's going to happen if I don't get more hours, that kind of thing. So definitely good news. Great news, actually. That's what I was saying, that the great news was. I'm very excited. And it's just funny how it all worked out with my buddy Joe in Phnom Penh and him in Phnom Penh. And they all hook up together with me. One of those small world kind of situations, And we all know each other, come to find out, which was really great. But Joe was the pivot man. He was the one that held it together. The gentleman that runs the school was going to call me anyway, but when he saw my picture on Facebook, he knew immediately who I was and decided to call right then. So big shout out to Joe, halfway around the world, for helping to facilitate that. Like I said, his link is below. Check out his channel. People have questions about Cambodia. You might not want to move to Siem Reap. And if you want to move to Phnom Penh, his would be the channel I would recommend for all the good stuff happening there. So that's my great news. I thought I'd get it out there and share it. And of course, as we get closer and I get more updates, I will keep you updated as well. So I'll talk to you guys later.